Hey, what's up, guys? So, ever since this abomination of a show that seems hell bent on destroying Halo and subverting it, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. I don't know how many episodes there will be. I think there's around 8 or so, and we're only about halfway. And around the 20 years Halo's been around, he's never been out of a suit. And in 3 weeks, we've had him essentially, well, we had him butt ass naked and damn well nearly fisting himself. I almost had to turn it off at that point because it's just what a betrayal and honestly a character assassination of Master Chief. This whole episode had him like whining. I don't like no one wants to see Master Chief naked and being a bitch the whole time. I get this feeling that these writers are just going out of their way to destroy the image we had of Master Chief and making him this beta and docile as much as possible, and so we can have this much smarter Cortana take and help the fumbling chief who don't know what the hell he's doing the whole time. And man, what the hell did they do to her? Man, I just hate the way she looks. Can't stand the human color face. I knew it was coming, but man, what a easy character design they had, and they couldn't just leave it alone. At least they got Jen Taylor, but I wonder what she thinks of this Cortana, because this is nothing close to the game or the lore. They've had this Cortana, and they also had the Cortana drilled into the back of Master Chief's head. For those who don't know, yes, in the earlier versions of her and the other Halsey clones, they did drill them in the back of the Spartan's head directly, but this seems like they're doing it on bad faith, and later he's gonna get stuck, and only her taking control can save the day. Did you not know that Cortana picked him because he was the best, and she didn't need to do that stuff, and he could do the stuff that she couldn't do? And quite honestly, Chief wouldn't go for this. This is not our Chief, just some dumbed down version of him. We also had some scenes with that annoying Asian girl. I don't know why they want to make her a character. No one cares about her at all. She's just annoying, and having to look at the stupid haircut giving me eye cancer, and her story is just her wanting to get back to the planet she was taken from because some guy we don't care about talking is taking over. I don't know what she thinks she can do there. Her whole family is dead. All her friends are dead. What's the point? This child without skills other than finding stuff. But how would that help you at all? Oh, I'm sure they'll make something up, but there's no real plan, and her being there wouldn't actually change anything in real life. And above all, she's just a terrible character. Hasn't done anything, and with all these classic characters that Halo has, we're pushing these annoying no-name people that don't matter. Great job, guys. We also got some story development with the only vaguely interesting character, that a girl on the Covenant side, who all the oracles are simping over because she can touch the thingy and it does stuff. And I'm trying to be more open, but man, I don't know about her. Our prophet found the Halo ring. I don't know why we need her to find it. Watching the Covenant track down the luminary that actually found the locations of the ring would be far more interesting than seeing some random girl do it. And on that, was that the flood that took over that UNSC ship? Because all those worm-looking things were not really Covenant. They were looking kind of floody. Looked like the flood to me. And this looks like they haven't found, and since they haven't found the rings yet, how is that possible? Like, any of the lore and continuity that Halo had just being kind of thrown out the window. There was also some weird scene with the clone Halsey too. The assistant guy was trying to make out with her before she was being digitized as Cortana. What was that there? I know he looked weird and looked like he would, one of those guys that would do something like that. But why does that have to be in there? Doesn't do anything but it make it look like the UNSC has to update their background checks. I don't know. This show does all these things that makes it look like all the men are weak and weird, and we have to do all, and we have all these strong women running the show while we have these side clown characters of men that just can't do anything. It's almost like they're trying to do maybe what's that test called, the Bechdel test or Bechdel test, kind of doing a reverse form of that. Just instead of women just trying not to talk about men, it's the other way around. I don't know. Maybe it could be that. It could be one possibility. I think that's all I got to say about this week's show. It's getting harder and harder to watch. I don't know how you poured millions into a lore-heavy franchise, and this is the best you came up with. Such a flimsy story that's barely holding together, and getting Master Chief out of the armor seems to be the only story plot that they care about. Damn anything making sense, but we do see some sweet Chief ass though. And if you notice how we haven't seen much of Silver Team out of their armors, kind of shows what the true intentions are with this show. I don't know, this seems a bit of a mess. This has been a mess since day one, and it just goes to show that I can't see much hope for this show. I don't know how they can turn it around at all. Anyways, thanks for listening, and comment below what you think of this Shatlow show.